Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thick Skin with Sheilynn. This is my very first episode, and today I have my very first guest, and his name is Step. And today's discussion is titled I'm Only Human. So I will be asking Step a few questions about trending topics.
I'm with it. I can't wait. I'm only human.
So, Step, in a time where social media is a major influence, what do you feel is the major element that breaks the black family down?
It's too much time consuming. Too much time being spent into social media and not into the family. So I think it just break down the black family because of the time consuming. It's time consuming people looking at other people's lives. And if they not on a certain level, that's a funny question, but I don't know. How the fuck?
I mean, are you saying that it's a distraction and the distraction of it is what breaks the family down, or the content?
The content. But it's too much access to the content. Anybody could go on there and anybody got access to the phone, got access to the worst of the worst. Porn. It's kids looking at porn out here. And I'm talking about in social media. I ain't talking about it's a certain form of porn on social media. That's corruption to the brain. It's so much materialistic stuff on social media. That's corruption to the brain. I just think the time consuming. That's the only thing I can say with social media.
So the major element to you to answer my question is that it's time consuming. And the time consumption is what's breaking our black families down.
Through social media?
Yes. So what is it that's actually breaking the black family down?
The big root is the economic crisis that we in, because it leads to a lot of stuff.
Okay.
It leads to single family homes out here. You know what I'm saying? And this shit been going on for a long time systematically. That we get what black men got to do morally. I don't care what your circumstance is. As a man, we got to be able to take care of our kids.
Right.
But like the title of this episode, I'm only human, meaning the pressures of this world. It's some men that love their kids and been in circumstances of not really being able to provide on a certain level. That's why Dead Presidents was a good movie. That's the perfect example. When his ass came home from the war,
right,
was trying to find legal jobs, and he was working shit that was time consuming, but the money wasn't adding up. It led to that household being fucked up. So guess what happened? He took a risk out here in life. He took a gamble to try to get ahead, because the legal route that he was going, the shit that was, the opportunity that was given to him in his community still had him coming up short, which caused the woman who's viewing the man, you gotta provide, he's coming up short, is causing discourse. A man supposed to feel like man, so in pursuit of him trying to be man, what he do? He go commits crime. And what the fuck did the crime lead his ass to? People dying and his ass going to jail, and the system wins again, and the black family is not whole, because now you got a single mother with a young child with the father in pursuit of trying to be whole. You see what I'm saying?
So do you think that in the pursuit of trying to make it as a male, it justifies crime?
See, it's certain things, like for me, you know, we could have the United States of America's example of crime, and then we could have people that use their common sense. Any person out here that's going to rape somebody, who's shooting somebody in cold blood, scamming, that's a crime.
Okay.
But if you want me to say, then by law, if one of these kids out here is caught selling weed, by law, he committed a crime. But me, when it comes to the laws of survival, he's surviving. I don't really view that shit as crime.
Okay.
And some people had to go that route because some people got a certain level of ambition. See, some people are cool with telling people, you shouldn't dream this high. But some people dream this high, and the job at McDonald's is just not going to help them get to that. So what do? We don't have banks that we can go to that we could really say, look, man, we got this idea. We ain't the foreigners. The foreigners could step, go to their people, get the bank, open the business, create flow. Black people don't have that luxury. We can't really be, our funding for our creativity has always come from illegal activity because we've never had no real other option. We don't have no bank to be like, hey, this is our real idea. We might have a vision of creating shit with our hands, but we don't have the funding. We don't have the banks. Who was those people that was providing those opportunities? Some people that was selling illegal drugs. I ain't saying it's right or wrong, but that's a survival. I don't view it as crime. So to answer your question, it ain't about justifying it. It's about survival instinct. Circumstance led no choice with some people, in my opinion, depending on what they was aiming for. Because we all got a choice, but I'm just saying some people's aim, they don't think realistically they can go through their system to really get there.
Okay.
I quit my job. Shit started changing for me when I quit because it wasn't adding up. They're taking my time and slaving me for a company that's making millions, and at the end of the day, when I get my money, once I pay it all out, I have none left to fund my own creativity. You think that shit by chance? No. They don't, because they need us to need them forever. Mm. So a nigga that's dreaming high, what did I do? I said, damn. You think I could get away with selling some of this goddamn weed? I'm just being real. You know what I mean? No, for real.
Okay.
Because the job that I had, the bills that was coming at my ass, I couldn't save nothing to get the studio that I feel like I needed. But when I started putting some of that weed together, and I'm saying I'm being real on camera, when I broke the law, I created funding to get what I needed to get out here. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's the only route, but it's not that many opportunities. You see what I'm saying? Like that we can have access to.
Okay. Well, in your personal experience, can you tell me what your greatest regret is?
Oh, man. Shit. To be honest, just a belief. I try to tell people this. I try not to live with regret because I feel like God is really the all-knowing. Everything happened for a purpose, you know. But at a certain point in my life, a person that was real close to me had already proved to me who they was as a person. I feel like I wish I had enough belief in my own goals and dreams that I would have made securing my family a priority. I still was trying to balance. I never really, and I'm speaking to Mommy Red, rest in peace. I never really, and I'm talking about even for my own game, by me being foot in, foot out. And a lot of people think I wouldn't have had enough heart to say this shit on camera, but foot in, foot out, I still had the doors open for a lot of distraction. Whether it's other women, you know, a good woman to keep a man grounded. So I think one of the decisions to really secure, I had an opportunity to build a family.
Right. And you regret taking that, not taking that opportunity.
And for selfish reasons. Even just for selfish reasons. I ain't even talking just, of course she a great person, but I'm just talking about it would have been beneficial for my silly ass.
Right. And you feel like you would have been a different man now?
Not even a different man, but definitely in a different circumstance. I think I would have been more grounded. But then I don't think that deep, to be honest, because I don't really try to get into regret.
Right.
Because it took for me to go through certain things for me to even have that mentality of knowing. See, at the time, I just didn't know it was important. I mean, I knew it was important, but I didn't know how critical of a priority it really is to really get grounded.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, to be blessed with a person, I don't even, it could be in the form of a woman, anybody, to get blessed in this world, to really feel like God bless you with a person that really know you.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really secure it. You know what I mean? That's not even beneficial to me.
Okay.
It makes the fight harder now.
It makes your fight harder now.
Because I don't got that trainer in my corner that cared.
In ways.
In ways, because I still got trainers, but you get what I'm saying? I'm saying it's one less trainer.
Right.
That's in my
but
corner.
the things that were left and the words that were left, words are forever. And you speak of her often and words she said to you that still live with you today. So it's still training you. You're just now getting it.
Yeah, but I got a big responsibility. I have to make it for it to not be in vain. That's the stress.
Right. But I'm just saying the training never stops. It's always there. It's just taking you a while to live up to it. And that's why, because you're only human, right? So moving on. Since we all are only just human, in your opinion, how do we conquer the temptations to be acceptable to the masses?
How do we conquer the temptations that's acceptable to the masses?
To be acceptable to the masses.
I'm having conversations with God all the time about certain temptations that I don't always defeat. But I really believe if a person really put their mind on God and make a conscious effort to have God on their mind as much as you can, it's gonna help. Purpose the only thing that can really defeat temptation. Some shit is good for the flesh.
Yeah, I agree.
Purpose.
I agree.
When we was talking about meal prep, when I was talking about the salmon,
right?
You cooked some good salmon. When I mentioned having meal preps and shit like that, all the bad food is the distractions. But if I ain't meal prepping, I'm going to be subject to the McDonald's out here, this out here. We got to prep with our life. That's how we going to defeat the temptation.
Okay.
What is the purpose? What are we trying to do? And do it.
Okay, I like that answer.
Idle time. Satan, he messed with us with that idle. We got to fill up the idle time slot. That's what we need to do. It's always something to do.
Always something to do. So I have a question. I'm switching gears a little bit. I follow you often, and I became familiar with the term that you use called Pettawoo.
She coming with the shit today.
And I just really want to know, can a Pettawoo be redeemed? Because it's almost like you speak of them, and to me, they come across as people that are uneducated. And so I feel like it's some of them. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is there any redemption for the people that you have labeled Pettawoos?
And of course, the Pettawoo is a mentality.
Okay.
That's why Malcolm X's story is important, because he was Malcolm Little, bleaching his hair, fucking with the white girls and robbing people, and he was exposed to something and he became Malcolm X.
Okay.
But the Pettawoo, like in the Quran, they speak of is some people out here, it's gonna make no difference whether you warn them or not. They still won't believe. That's why we gotta study Pharaoh. Why is Pharaoh important to study? Because they talk about God used Moses when they was performing the miracles and the stuff. He showed Pharaoh clear signs where Pharaoh knew that God exists, but God he hardened his heart. no matter what, he was still wicked.
Right.
So what I'm getting at is, we talking about the mentality. It's so critical with the war that, yeah, it's getting to the point where if your mentality fit Pettawoo, I don't got time to evaluate you. If this is your state and you come across me and it's me or you, it's no sympathy for the evaluation.
Okay.
So they could be redeemed in their own time. I'm basically saying Pettawoo behavior shouldn't be justified.
Okay. Okay.
And it's simple. We're making it clear. This is a Pettawoo. Anybody that don't care about the overall, a motherfucker can't explain and justify to me busting in people's houses and they just gonna kill everybody in there just because they pull moves.
I agree.
I don't see the science in it at all.
I agree.
I don't got time for him to. If he be redeemed, it's Scarface is one of the greatest rappers ever. Y'all, when y'all hear the song, when people listen to "I Seen a Man Die," y'all better listen to that shit carefully. If you at beef with God, you need to patch it up. He's basically letting you know God is the all-knowing. Some of these people that's doing Pettawoo shit might go straight to heaven. But our people, we can't. We gotta leave that shit to God.
Right.
They are our enemy.
Right. Right. Okay. I just said it.
We can't redeem them. Only God can. We got to get rid of the Pettawoo.
Okay.
Women, if you fucking with a Pettawoo nigga, and a Pettawoo nigga or female is anybody who rape, beat women, and don't take care of their kids, people that just don't care about the next person.
Yes.
A black person that do not care about the overall elevation of black people. We all make mistakes, but whoever don't care about the overall elevation of black people is a Pettawoo. So women, if you dating a person and you really looking like, damn, this nigga really is willing to backstab his own people to get ahead. I don't care how good his dick is. Fuck him. He's a Pettawoo. Nigga, if you know she's a Pettawoo, yeah, she might treat you good. She might do this, but if you know that bitch is a dirty motherfucker and she's willing to set a motherfucker up, y'all been looking at Snowfall? Remember the silly nigga? When she said, you should come too. And the other nigga told him, nah, you go do it. What'd she do? She rocked the nigga to sleep. She's a Pettawoo. Shoot her too. Fuck it.
Shoot her too.
Throw her ass off the boat.
I agree.
So that's what I'm getting at. The Pettawoo.
I agree.
He could be redeemed. Hell yeah. God is the shit. I want God to, I better hope. If I'm a Pettawoo, shoot me. All I'm doing is just saying the message. People get it confused.
So leave the redemption to God. In a nutshell.
We really had no choice.
I agree. Fuck the Pettawoos, but leave the redemption to God. Okay, that's the end of that question.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an interesting question I have for you. What are your thoughts on emotionalism of the woman?
Once again, because of the economic crisis that we in, and the way the system is set up, and a lot of black men is not defeating it, a lot of us can't hold our own weight out here. So a lot of our word is not merit to the black woman in these times, because y'all done so much shit on y'all own, which we salute y'all. But it's a bittersweet, because Satan did a good job at causing bitterness between black man and black woman. The bitterness come because we really love each other. We not really about to abandon. I don't give a fuck how much we call y'all bitches. I don't care how many times y'all call us bitch ass niggas. We're not trying to fully abandon, and y'all not either, but it's chaos because it's a puppet master that's done a good job on our people. Our people suffer lack of knowledge. So because of our economic crisis and a lot of us not on our shit, we not even in a position to lead. So when y'all come with the emotion, sometimes our reply can't be, cut that shit out, because see, it's emotion on top of lack of security. The emotion is damn near justified because it's too much of a struggle. Now men, we know shit logical. We know the danger we dealing with, but it's hard to get this shit through because y'all see us, we're not elevating the way the fuck we need to elevate. So y'all viewing us as niggas that talk too much. Show. So y'all acting out. Y'all being emotional. But on the flip side, ladies, man, y'all gotta do a better job at this emotional shit because it's when emotions is high, logic is low. I've seen a lot of women do spiteful things due to emotion. We in times where we gotta make rational decisions. We ignore the signs due to emotion and play victim sometimes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't do that. We gotta be accountable.
Okay.
Emotions get in the way of accountability a lot. That's what I want to say.
That's true.
Emotionalism. Ladies. Because a lot of women...
Hold on. And fellas.
Yeah,
Because
but
men get emotional as well.
we definitely do. It's
And
go both ways.
it gets in the way of them making sound judgment and stand on their path.
We get provoked in certain situations and we make reactional decisions that fuck us over.
Okay. And you don't
And
think
you're
that's the truth.
But I think men more have a logical way of thinking. I don't think it's as frequent.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I do.
And because you right, men, you right, it's the same way. Same shit I said about females, they reacted and did the same thing with niggas.
Do you believe that your human flaws can cause the message of blunt rap to be distorted?
I think my human flaws is gonna cause blunt rap to be great. Cause I'm gonna put it on the line. They gonna know about my flaws from me. How many people gonna have that much heart?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. Like it's only one. I don't know if I'm going to heaven. I'm trying to make it to heaven. That word, I was thinking like, okay, cause I know who I am.
Right.
But I care so much about the people.
Right.
I'm hurting that by you saying that it's a certain level of me that you don't know. That's how I viewed it.
Okay.
So how can I make my message clear? Because she got me to think that I'm that word.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, anybody that's going to even put me or anybody else on a pedestal, they incorrect. And I think that's them.
But I think that that's funny you say that because, in all honesty, a lot of people now are looking for people to put on pedestals and to emulate themselves after because they lack self-confidence or self-awareness or vision for their own life. So when a young man or a young dyke or a young lady, not necessarily a young lady wants to be like you, but she aspires to have a man in her life like you, you're automatically put on a pedestal whether you want to be put on there or not.
But this is what I'm learning. Look what you said, a man like me. But if y'all ask me, ain't too many, do they really get to know me? You see what I'm trying to say? So they in violation anyway.
But see, you can't really say that because people get to know you through the music, through the interviews, through all of these blogs that you do. People feel like they know you. And it's your responsibility to keep putting the truth out there because we do know you through the things that you say and through the things that you rap about.
So let me ask you this, right? We've been knowing each other for a minute, and you said, do you think human flaws can cause blunt rap to be distorted? Maybe in some people's eyes. Maybe in some people's eyes. Jesus' message was distorted with some people.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? I can't dwell on it. I can't. This gonna sound cruel. I can't even give a F, to be honest. It was meant to be that way. One of my biggest prayers to God, I asked him, God, allow me to be great. And he's letting me know the greatness come from the flaw. In my opinion, Michael Jordan has had to lose to Detroit Pistons before his ass became. So it's like, I can't even care about it. Satan going to use that to try to break me, because it do. Like I said, that word you used had me dwelling on it. I feel like long as I'm living in truth, it won't get distorted. Because our message is overall about truth. Like, I'm not perfect. Any person that even going to put me on the pedestal it's only one. That's great. I don't even want that responsibility. You know, my father taught me the best way to teach. Fathers are important. He taught me a lot. And a lot of times when my father used to teach me, he always used the example of what he did wrong to relate to the subject. And by him doing that, it let me know I was talking to a real messenger, because he wasn't telling me to impress me about him.
Right.
He wanted me to get the message. So anybody focusing on me, that's on them. It's about the message. But I do got a question for you, because we've been knowing each other for a minute. So from the outside looking in or whatever, do you feel like what's my flaws? Because I feel like it's coming from a place. You asked me that question because what's the mistakes that you see that I make that you feel could put a blur on Blunt Rap's message?
I don't see any mistakes in particular. But I know that you're human, and I'm human. So I know in our everyday lives we don't always live up to things that we say or that we write. I write. So I'm just asking you. I'm more focused on because you're an artist.